No, this looks fine. Not fantastic, but alright. It's always better to have the upper hand anyway. And hopefully I draw some mana fixing soon, the way I can get my Mirari's Wake out. I think when I get that card out, I should have a pretty good shot at winning this game. Though at this point, it's more of an if I get that card out. I really need to draw a Cultivate. Or a Fertilid. One of the two. Though Myraboa is nice. If he wants to counter that, that's fine. He does not. Let's see what he's got. Nothing. Alright, let's go ahead and attack, and then I'm going to morph the Nantucket Vigilante. The way I can keep 1 mana up for regen. Don't think he'll play an artifact or enchantment, but if he does, I'll be able to get him. Okay. And let's go ahead and play Blastoderm. Hopefully we start drawing some land soon. I guess any land at this point is good land, but I prefer to pull out a white, or preferably a white. Alright, searching for a creature. That's a bit aggravating. Sundering Titan would be scary. Probably what he'll pull out, to be honest. That or a Cloud Thresher. Those are about the biggest cards in my deck. I imagine Sundering Titan probably knows I'm mana screwed here. And Sundering Titan would certainly do the job pretty quick. We'll find out. He's just taking an opportunity now to look through my cards. Well, what should have been a relatively easy game has got a lot harder. Cloud Thresher. Okay. Well, as he kills my Thornling this turn, at least I'll have a blocker. Indestructible is pretty hard to get rid of. But we'll see. And I should even be able to pump him up enough to kill a Cloud Thresher. And make him indestructible. Though Icy Manipulator is not helping at all. Okay. So let's see. Of course, the one time we have the multicolored cards in my hand is when I don't have any kind of mana fixing. Let's see if he decides to tap out something with this Manipulator. He does. Alright, well, let's go ahead and play the Rampaging Baloth. Not much else to do at this point. And if he decides to tap out my Blastoderm, or tap out my Rampaging Bailoff, well, let's see what he does. Because either way, he's going to take damage next turn unless he's got a creature. So his choices are tap the Blastoderm, attack, I'll be forced to take 7, but then I'll be able to attack with for 10 next turn. Or tap out the Bailoff. Either way, no, his best movement is speed. Either he doesn't have it, well, that's what he plays first. Thieving Magpie, okay. And he does not tap out anything? Alright, so we end up losing the Blastoderm. Yes. And let's see whether he lets us attack with Thornling. Nope. And I'll pass again. So he's going to start drawing cards off his Thieving Magpie. It's inconvenient, to say the least. Not a card I really like, but it's working well in this particular instance. I need some way to remove that Cloud Thresher, or to get around it, or what have you. Because it's really throwing me off. Okay, well, let's try a Harmonize. Actually, though, first, let's go ahead and go to our combat step. And let him tap out something. Fair enough. I will pass. And let's Harmonize. Hopefully draw some land and maybe an answer, unless he's got a counter, which he doesn't. Yes. And let's morph this Hermit. If he's got a Mana Leak or something, then that'll be annoying. Okay, he does not. Now we're looking a bit better. Fact or Fiction. So, opponent separates those cards into 2 piles, put 1 pile in your hand and the other in your graveyard. Okay. Yeah, that looks fine. So let's see what he chooses. He's either going to get an Up Next list, or a Duress and an Imperial Seal. So if he has a Duress, he can only get rid of my Mirari's Wake. Okay, so he chose the Ob Nixilis, which is okay. I'm not too worried about that. He just has barely enough to play it. Alright, so now his Ob Nixilis is a 6/6. Okay, that was good. So let's see what he taps out. Taps the Thornling. Let's go ahead and attack with, I guess, all the creatures here. Let's see what he does. Cloud Thresher, Obnixilis, perfect. That's about the best I could have hoped for. And Crater Hellion comes down. And that's, wow, I should have made, I thought for sure it was going to give me a chance to respond so I could make my Thornling indestructible. Ugh. Well, that's annoying. That is very annoying. But I do have 2 6/6s. So unless something weird happens, I'm looking a lot better than I did previously. Any land I draw from now on is 4/4. But let's see what he's got. Destroy all. Cool. Ugh, that's dirty. Destroy all artifacts, creatures, and enchantments. So I've got a choice. I could either get in there for 12, well, more like 6 now, and then lose my 2 creatures, or sack the Crater Hellion to play Wicker Bow and kill the Never Disc and not get in for anything. Yeah, that seems like the better plan. So there's another 4/4. Let's go ahead and try to attack. He's going to tap that out. Fine by me. And now I'll cast Wicker Bow Elder and hopefully not get it countered. And kill that disc. Alright, well there's that. He's going to need some pretty good action to get me now. Though I'm not sure what he's doing with 7 cards in his hand and nothing to play. That's a bit worrisome. Drawing a white would be nice. Though not necessarily that important. Any land at this point would be good. Any land. Even better would be like a Cultivate or something like that. Okay, 5 Grave Titan. Well, things just keep getting better, don't they? Well, Fertilid's good. So at least he can't attack with his Grave Titan. I'll be able to fetch a white, play Mirari's Wake, have infinite mana. Things are looking pretty good. If only I had something to spend my infinite mana on. But we'll see. I would like to be able to take this thing to game 3 and put up an actual fight. But let's see what he does. And And he's tapping quite a bit. Capsizes one of my beasts back to my hand. Now I assume taps the Wicker Bow. And attacks with the Titans. Alright, so here's where I get his Grave Titan. Alright, so one thing I can do, I think I'll have to go ahead and double block here to kill his Grave Titan. I'm not going to let that live anymore. I don't really have any mass removal at this point. Alright, well, let's play Mirari's Wake. So our choice is it almost feels like I should plow under myself to ensure that I actually have things to do. But that just seems weak. Seems real weak. But then again, might have to do it. I'm not that concerned. Oop, that's too much. That's just right. Well, we'll have that at least. So we'll be able to draw. Unless he kills the Rampaging Balos, we'll have 2 lands to play. So we won't die quite yet. But we're pretty close. I would say practically there. Because he's going to attack us for 8 here, tap my Wicker Bow. Yeah, we're dead. I mean, there's no way. At this point, it's pretty impossible. I don't think I could have drawn anything there to bring it off. Well, I could have, I suppose, but the odds were low. Ah, well, that's it. So, that's a bummer, but that's the way it goes. I would have drawn those 2 lands. Oh, and of course, I draw the Green Sun Zenith. Not that I would have won. I would have been dead anyway, because he killed me in this 1 turn. But yeah, Green Sun Zenith might have been... Well, Green Sun Zenith would have done it. I would have been able to survive if I had had 1 more turn, and I hadn't plow undered myself. Could have fetched up my the elf that brings back a permanent, got back the Crater Helion, played that, and that would have been it for him. But yeah, he ended up the capture of Jing Zhao, pulling it off. So that's the match. So time to head off to round 3.